So I picked up the Cult of the Mothman's set a while ago. Thought it was about time I actually got around to assembling and painting this guy. So it comes with 3 plain bases. Most of the new figures from Modiphius are going to be plain rather than sculpted bases. It's the main guy himself, and all the little legs and antenna, I suppose, and his little beaky thing there. The second guy, you've got a little bit of assembling to do with him as well. Third one's just a single piece, so he's quite easy to put together because there's nothing to put together. So I'm going to start by washing it all. So learned my... Oh, he's a little bit big for the box there, never mind. Learned my lesson from some of the previous figures, so I'm going to give this a really good wash. Give it a scrub a couple of times. And hopefully that'll work out a bit better at the painting stage. So on to assembly. I'm going to start by clipping all the various bits off the sprues. I tend to separate out all the sprues into the actual figures themselves, so I know what's going with what, so nothing's getting mixed up. So I start by clipping off his antenna bits, and then I'm going to give them all a good sand down once I'm finished. And that's his legs as well. So start by dry fitting, so you make sure you're actually going to glue it the right way up. First time I tried putting that, I actually put it upside down, but I realised before I glued it. So that's why you should always dry fit. So that's his little antenna in place, and his weird little beaky nose. First set of legs, and his second set of legs there. So that's him fully assembled. That was the other one, same process, just glued him together. And the third guy, obviously nothing to glue on. So that's him all assembled. Time to start painting him. So I did actually start priming these guys, just to give it a good base coat. Then I base coated it with this Citadel Abaddon Black. I did a dye brush with a mix of the black and the white because I don't actually have any grey. Then I did a layer of the white over the top. I also added in a little bit of this blue to it as well to give a slight tint to the colour. Next I went on to base coating all the fur and legs and everything with that brown. Did a dry brush with the next one. And then did a final dry brush with this flesh colour, so it's still a browny colour, but it's a good base coat for everything. Up next I went through all the veins and some of the legs and things with that purple, and then did a dry brush with a slightly lighter one. Then I went over it all with this Army Painter red colour. I did a little bit of the orange on like the antenna and some of the underbrushing of the legs and things, and then I finished it off with the yellow for the eyes. So those are the 3 painted figures, and we'll have a proper look at them once I get the bases done, which is what I'm going to go do next. So of course 3 plain bases. I decided to keep it really simple. I'm just going to slap some splooge on this big guy. Spread it out a little bit. Exactly the same for the second base. So this is going to be the one with the Mothman with the splayed wings. And for the third one, because I want to give him a little height because he's a little bit smaller, I'm going to start by gluing on some cork. I actually decided to do a couple of layers of this just to give it a bit of extra height. So once that's dried, I took a knife and trimmed off some of the bits around the back, just to make it a bit smoother. Used my nail to rough up some of the edges. And then it's time for more splooge. So that's 3 bases. Next thing, you just gotta wait for a while, so leave that for a few hours to dry. I actually left mine overnight and painted it the next day. So there you go, nice rock solid. Now it's time to paint it. It's going to be a really simple paint job on this. I'm going to start with a base coat of brown. Do a dry brush with the lighter brown. Do another dry brush with an even lighter brown. I put on a mix of the black and the white to form grey for the rocks. Did some dry brushing over the top of that. Then I added on a bit of this orange just to give it a bit of extra colour. Then finally finished off with some flocking. So that's my 3 Mothman figures. I actually did 2 different kinds of flock on the base just to give it a bit of variety there. I did also use a brown speed paint just to give a bit of depth of colour on the main body parts, most of the brown bits. That's my 3 Mothmens. Is it Mothmans? Mothmens. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody that's liked, commented and subscribed to my channel over the past year that it's been running. On the road to 500, nearly halfway there at the moment, so hopefully I can reach those 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!